I'm Tony Prower. I'm going to show you how I shoot magical landscapes. And this is Iceland. So I'm back here at this sculpture with my 24mm, so I'm up close. I'm doing the same kind of composition as I did yesterday, but here's the difference. Look at the way the sky is developing and those colours out there. Let's see what we can do to maximise that the colours on the sky. So we've got a 7.1, 15 seconds, and shoot away. So I'm leaving the sky for about a second there, and quite careful to come up to that horizon point and finish off the 15 seconds with some corner burning. There's the shot. Let's just try that again. 2. That's great. So carefully up to the horizon point. And then finish off with the corners. Just dodge those corners. Isn't that a beauty? So here we are. I've come back to the same place as yesterday, and as you can see, this huge snow has just fallen off the wall, maybe overnight. I'm glad I wasn't part of the avalanche that's taken place here. So anyway, because of my work this week, exploring this beach and practicing my compositions, practicing my focal lengths, I'm able to now come to one of my favourite spots. I just made a beeline here because the clouds were lighting up nicely. Let's have a look at my composition. I'm trying to get it the same as yesterday. Of course, there we are, we're 2 stops over. I'm shooting at f8 and this is giving me 10 or 15 seconds. Let's try some magic cloth. I'm going to leave it 1 second on the sky. Elephant. There, okay, so now some careful movements to get up to the horizon area, just to sort of give a bit of extra light on the mountain. There's my shot. Quite nice graduation. Let's try a few variations. I'm going to go for a more dramatic sky, so I'm going to give it a very fast karate chop after maybe half a second. So again, gentle movements just to include that sky. I've got that angle there on the rock. Just going to dodge that a little bit and then finish off with the bottom marking corners. Oh, what a mess. Okay, let's try that again. Karate chop there. I'm not going to come up very high on this. I don't have much room to play with. So there you go. You can see I'm just kind of trying to dodge those rocks at the bottom there. Oh, that's a lovely shot, isn't it? Super dramatic. Great colours. So what I liked about the shot yesterday was the fact that I had all these diagonal lines leading up to the mountain. I've just moved closer to this rock here, and while I'm doing that, I'm just going to adjust the focus. We're talking about maybe an f8 hyperfocal there. The detail's not too far away from us. You see it's quite a dominant area of the frame. So without further ado, there we are, just 1 second on that, and I'm going to be really careful just to dodge in those the rock areas really. Let's see, how's that looking? Yeah, it's quite nice, but I'm not going to be able to bring out the detail that's on those rocks there. Let's try it again. I'm going to leave the sky a little longer, be a bit more generous. Okay, there we go. So I'll get an angle up just to include that rock a little bit more. And I suppose I'm waiting the, yeah, there we go, that's quite nice. So there's a bit of unwanted graduation in the sky there, but I can probably control that by reducing the contrast, but it still gives me this beautiful colours and exposure there. I'm just going to try it again, see if I can get a little bit more accurate. There we go, that's quite nice. So the exposure is quite smooth through the sky. You can see where I've allowed a little bit more exposure on this corner here. I should be able to bring out the detail. Let's just check the sharpness now before we leave the scene. It's always better to check your sharpness while you're shooting. There you go, that looks nice right the way through. So we've got good sharpness on the foreground and good sharpness on the mountain behind there. Great. And that was shot at f8 with an f8 hyperfocal. So after exploring around a little bit, I've been attracted to this snow that's on this jagged rock foreground here. It's not the strongest foreground, but what I really like is the water beyond it with the reflected light coming from the sky there, and of course the mountain disappearing into the background. So let's move in and get this shot. Here's my composition. As you can see, I've got this beautiful sweeping line there. It's almost like a Fibonacci spiral. Let's talk more action. This is only 5 seconds, so let's see how it works out. That's just a beauty there, isn't it? Let's just try a few more of this. So my focus, same as before. We're talking about f8 hyperfocal, shooting at f8, and in fact I'm going to switch it up to f11 just to ensure sharpness on this immediate foreground here. Okay, let's try this. Right, so this is 10 seconds. So that was a 1 second on the sky, and then of course I've got these corners to dodge towards the end of the exposure. And there's the scene, a beautiful low light shot. So a little bit of trickery there with underexposure. So it's the faster cloth which is going to give you underexposure on the sky. It's the 2 stops over which is going to give you the time to dodge in those foreground details there. What a beautiful shot, and what a beautiful morning.